Hey, there we go. Hold on. There we go, much better. Alright. I've got myself in a weird angle again. There we go, much better. Alright, so I have plenty of eggs to hatch. I have 11 boxes so far. Oh, I was wrong. I have 13, which I should hopefully only at most need about 18 boxes. So I'll be breeding some more tonight. Hi, Pin Pin. I'm not opening the window for you. It is chilly out this morning. Alright, so generally, if I'm just hatching eggs, I actually don't do it in the overworld. Yes, hi Bubba. I shook your food bowl. I'm not opening a window in the bedroom. It's cool outside. Hi Bubba. Hi. Hi. What is it? What? I shook your food bowl for you. It's all flattened out. What? I'm not opening a window. It's cold outside this morning. Yes, it is. So hopefully this can't go any worse than me trying to chain one in. Let's go. Oh, that's right, I can't ride a bike in here, but that's fine. There's no obstacles, so you can't exactly run into things. So I'm not going to be slowed down by anyone other than the people in the corners. This is actually how I hatched all my stantlers. Sure, we'll collect some ditto while I'm down here. It's really about the only other good place to do it other than just up and down outside of the daycare is Cycling Road, and it's not all that long. So I hope you guys had a good Sunday. Mine was pretty good. Stream today should be about the usual length. It will be a little shorter tomorrow because I gotta go get my hair trimmed for the summer. Well, for spring. At least he's not using my Switch as a pillow as he's been wont to do the past few weeks. We should shiny hunt a Pokemon down here eventually. Of course, I do still have, like, Darkrai and... what is it? Regigigas here to hunt? Legendary-wise? I don't remember if I've encountered my roaming, Lake Spirit yet. And I don't remember about Cresselia either, but those are general game spawn-ins, so I think either would be safe to do after restart, because I'd need to, restart it for Arceus. So I've been thinking about the, leak. About if it is real about them saying there's 27 new Mega Evolutions. There are, what was it I counted the other day? 57 Mega Evolutions between X and Y and Aurus, not counting Legendary Mega Evolutions. That is, if they put all 57 Pokemon in Legends EA, all 57 other Megas, plus the 27, maybe 84 Mega Pokemon, and that seems a little ridiculous for a game. Though I do feel like there's a good chance they're going to have most of the X and Y Megas back with a smattering of the Aurus Megas. I have to wait and see, of course. Who are you? I gotta come down here eventually and get more of the shards and stuff for Rimnus Park. Hey, are these eggs just that stubborn? Oh, okay. Almost there. I will bebop around between different areas. I love that they have each separate section of the underground here is different types of rock. Gives it more character. Dad, just now. Also, if I get him today, depending on just when, I will just spend the rest of this stream hatching eggs. Hi, Dragon Triad. Things are going. Are they all just... okay, they're all just gonna hatch in a row. Okay. I actually forgot they did that here. You don't have to take a step or two between eggs. This is actually how I missed my Miltank hatching. I got up at the start of a batch of eggs hatching to like just get a drink or something and missed it. And didn't realize I'd gotten a shiny until I was putting them in the box. I hope things are going good for you. Okay, this should be the last one. Alright, first row complete. Get the second row hatched. Hi, Mankey. Yeah, that would have been nice, but maybe that's something they'll implement in the future if you're hatching just big groups of eggs. Are you getting comfy in the sun? I'm sorry, I'm not opening that window for you. I'm not doing it. It's just cool enough outside right now. That's a no. But it's not too bad, really. I mean, I'd have to sit through them all anyways, even if it, because the only other option would be just, getting the hatching scene every 2 steps until all 5 of them hatched. Hatching eggs in this game isn't too bad, really. I mean, it could be a lot better, but it could be worse. Oh, nice! Congratulations. Which one are you gonna play first? I will say this, well, I can understand why they didn't bring, like, the traps and stuff back. I don't mind the fact that they made multiplayer the thing here with the digging spears and the shiny rate going up a little bit when you have the Diglett powers activated. Because it would have been kind of annoying to try and transfer, like the traps. Because I remember a good portion of them actually all of them had to do with the, bottom screen of your DS. And, like, there were 4 or 5 of them that required you to, like, blow away fire or smoke into the DS mic. Now, the only way I could see any of those translating right would have been you using your joystick to, like, wave away smoke or something. Eventually I'm gonna have to check out and see what statues and stuff I have active. Because I don't actually remember. No, I don't need to fight you, Gligar. I'm sorry, I don't. Hopefully this hunt won't take 500 odd eggs like the Stantler one did. I got the mill tank a bit faster, but not much faster. It sure gave the eggs hatching a sound effect. I'm just gonna wait till they're all hatched to count them. Should honestly just set this to where it increases by 5. Change that to 5. I'm gonna forget to change it back later, but that's okay. Part of that noise sounds like wobbling a piece of metal. Hey, it worked. Nice. Oh. Ooh, excuse me. Hate that my thing goes back to the regular one and whenever I exit. You should just stay the multi-select and make things much easier. I don't... Let's see. I've hatched 10 eggs and been at this for about 20 minutes. Okay, so I don't expect to get through a ton of eggs today. But I should at least get through 100, maybe 120. The one downside to this game is just the amount of time it takes to hatch eggs. And I'd ride my bike around, just up in the overworld, but I've discovered I'm bad at it. No, my poor Macargo's not a battler. He's just here to hatch eggs. I have no idea if I actually filled incubator right. Well, at least it was a weak move. There we go. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome back. I have plenty of eggs to hatch, so we're hatching eggs. Minecraft videos will return eventually, but probably not for a little bit. Plus, yes, last week was so wonky that I just kind of figured it'd be easier to keep doing them. But I hope you had a good weekend. Mine wasn't too bad. No little breeder dude. I did actually sit down over the weekend and rewatch the Assassin's Creed movie. That was kind of nice. I haven't watched it in a while. Nope, actually didn't mean to go in there. Still don't need to go in there because that's the same room. You know, I can't remember if the center... Hold up. Because there's one of these I want to say that's just a big triangle you can go around and around and around and around on. But my camera's in the way. I think it's the center one. No? Oh, it's that one there. Okay. Nah, we're fine where we are. We'll see how many eggs I can hatch in the first hour, and if it's not a good number, I will pop back up to the overworld, and we'll just go up and down by, oh my god, I can't remember, the town with the breeder in it. I can't remember the name of the town, I'm sorry. There's a bazillion and one towns now, and my brain is taken up by remembering the actual Pokemon names, and I don't even do that successfully 100% of the time. Oop. Hi, Venomoth. It's nice. I laid in bed until almost 9 yesterday because the cat decided to come lay his head down on my leg, and it's like, oh, I'm trapped. I can't go anywhere now. Movement is illegal. Then I made him get up because I had to go to the bathroom. Hopefully Spearow should be about the only one I need to do this for. Said I'm just very tired of hunting him in Let's Go and getting shiny Rattata instead of shiny birds. If I do manage to get him in just an insanely low amount of eggs, we'll evolve him today. Then I'll probably hatch some more eggs. Need to take a day after I'm finished with him and just hatch all the other ones too, because I still have Miltank eggs from when I was hunting a shiny Miltank. Legit eggs in there from like either last year or late 2023. Okay, just 5 more eggs. Okay, so it's taking about 7-ish minutes to hatch a batch of eggs. go up. I'm gonna hatch this batch and see about how long it takes. So about 12:29. Yes, he has more eggs for me, but we're just gonna ignore him for now. No, I'm not going to Cycling Road. Because honestly, this spot is probably just about as well and good. Seeing how you can't just ride up slopes anymore and have it count as steps. Oh no. Hate it when the internet gets the hiccups. Mine will do that every once in a while. Just have a big enough flicker that it like knocks out my stream. I am timing the difference between hatching eggs in the underground and hatching eggs up here. To an extent. But it's so funny, they gave us just all around movement in this, and if I'm not careful I just veer off to like the left or the right instead of going in a straight line like I want to. I know people hate on these games a lot, but I did actually enjoy my replay of Brilliant Diamond more than I enjoyed playing Pearl, or my original game of Diamond. Ah, nice. Will you be doing any shiny hunting? Eventually I gotta, sometime after I finish Let's Go and get all my shinies and stuff from it, I got, okay, that took probably about 4 minutes, which is 3 minutes faster, so I'll probably be hatching. Yeah, I gotta finish doing the decks so I can get shiny Keldeo and home. Of course, I have to do it for Manaphy and Meltan as well. At least when it comes to Legends EA, we can expect it, so I imagine everybody will be working on their living decks for that, just as they play. I plan on it. These eggs hatching sounds like when you wobble a piece of metal. They very much gave these hatchings a sound effect. Well, you need to have transferred in one of every Pokemon from Legends, from a game, generally Pokedex Pokemon. There's a list on home that will show you what you need for the games to get the shiny mythicals. When we got shiny Enamorous for Legends Arceus, I actually had the living dex complete because I had gone through and caught and made an alpha living dex, you know, got everything. And then, of course, you know, I transferred in legendaries and stuff and whatnot as well. So I didn't actually have to work on the one for Legends Arceus. And then with Scarlet and Violet, I had so many of the Pokemon that I'd gone through and caught shiny that I only needed, like, to transfer in 33 Pokemon, I think. But with Let's Go Pikachu, Brilliant Diamond, and Sword and Shield, I need a good few Pokemon from them, which Let's Go Pikachu I'm working on because I'm working on the shiny Pokemon for Let's Go Pikachu. Let's Go Pikachu will literally just be me poking a friend and going, hey, can you trade me this version exclusive and this version exclusive? The pre-evolutions more than anything. No, I've had a living dex since Gen 6. And I know you can't transfer your Pokemon in until they update home a few months later, but that's never bothered me. Honestly, it's the only time I've really even bothered with transferring Pokemon in is with the DLCs. When it comes to the regular games, well, no, I did it with Shield. Transferred the handful of Pokemon I was missing in from it to get the shiny charm. Nice. No, and I say, when I refer to doing the living dexes, you literally have to transfer in one of each Pokemon. You don't have to keep them in your home, you just have to, like, pop them in and out. I have so many Pokemon left to hunt. And I'm down to 200 and something, but that's still a lot, especially considering like 20 or 30 of them are just legendary Pokemon. Hi, Spearow. Oh, nice. I haven't I don't think I transferred much over from Let's Go Pikachu, so I don't have many in my yeah, well, you don't need a Mew for the to earn shiny Meltan. But I had a friend trade over her Mew so I could have its Pokedex entry in my Pokedex. But it's so funny though, because we got that trailer the other day, the second one for Legends EA, and I was scrolling through the Pokemon that we know we're gonna get, and it's like, ooh, what should I have on my team? And it's like, no, I don't need a team build yet. Have fun. I don't think I've had to do any major organizing of my home boxes other than shuffling stuff around to make space for like anything new. But I was actually smart about it and rearranged all my Pokemon in Pokemon Bank. And that took me like 2.5 hours, I think, when I did it, though. Every time I see someone, a streamer, and their Pokemon home boxes just are complete chaos, it's like, please let me organize your Pokemon home boxes. Like, you don't even have to pay me. I'll come do it for free. Yeah, that's understandable. I generally delete duplicates as well. Any shiny duplicates I keep because every once in a while I go through and dump a bunch of them in the GTS. Just so the people who do the boxes, the trade boxes and stuff, can get a surprise. I traded out 400 or so extra shiny Pokemon over surprise trade in Scarlet and Violet last summer. That was fun. I think it took me about 7 or 8 hours altogether in 2 separate streams. Got a bunch of extras, shinies from Legends Arceus. I should really thop into the GTS. Yeah, it does make it easier. I did that with Legends Arceus and with Scarlet and Violet. I don't remember if I did it for Sword and Shield. I might have, but that's been about, God, probably about 5 years ago now, so I really don't remember. Actually, that might not have been about 5 years ago. That might have been a bit closer to 6-ish years. No? It's not been 5. It's been... When did Sword and Shield come out? I don't think... It wasn't 2020. It was... What, 2019? Yeah, 2019. Because 2020 is when we got the DLC. But no, I find putting everything in Pokedex order just makes it easier to just transfer them in. Because when I end Pokedexes in a box, so like, I do not have, after Mew in the Gen 1 box, I do not have Chikorita in the Gen 2 Pokemon. I literally just skipped over to the next box to continue. So you should be able to re-download it. Because game data is saved to the system now instead of the games. It should be. You don't have to buy the bundle. Because I bought the DLC for Sword just separate a couple months ago. Huh, that's weird. Because once you buy a Nintendo DLC expansion and stuff, you shouldn't have to buy it again. My trainer gets more exercise than I do. That sucks. I wonder if maybe it's a hiccup with the Nintendo shop. Of course, I download most of my games, so you know, I've never really taken one into GameStop and went like, oh, here, I want to trade this in, and, you know, then bought it again a couple years later. Generally, if I don't like a game, I don't keep it. Switches shouldn't matter either, so long as the one you're using now is logged as your primary Switch. I'd say, because I had a friend who ended up with a new Switch, but she didn't get the DLC till she got the new Switch, so... And she lost her, her SD card with all her memory and or her micro SD card with all her, save files on it. Because she restarted, because she could download her games easy and play them. Try setting your Switch to your main one if you can. I mean, provided you haven't done that already. Oh, thank you. I was like, he's just gonna come lay on him. Pin. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a little chilly today. You don't need to lay on my clothes, Bubba. Get off my shirts. Yeah, it might not hurt to do that. Sorry about that. Dad bought me I did a load of laundry earlier and it stopped in the dryer and Dad did laundry. Well, he folded it, which he doesn't often do. But yeah, it might not hurt to check. Because, yeah, if you've downloaded it before, unless you've had to make a new Nintendo account, you should still be able to download it again. Ugh, so many angry birds. Oh, you could. I mean, in the end, it's up to you. Hi, Moose. Hope you had a good weekend. I am doing pretty good. Can't complain. I got up, I cleaned out the fridge and took an extra bag of garbage out because I cleaned out the fridge and vacuumed and took a shower. And then I took a nap. Your day's going well too. Now I'm hatching eggs, trying to get a shiny Spearow because I got tired of trying to chain one in Let's Go Pikachu. Whoop. Trunk Pelican. Get up there. The end of your comment has vanished and I can't. There it is. Whoop. Oh, I hope you have a good, the rest of your day goes good, Dragon. Enjoy your show. And hopefully if I don't get him today, I'll get him tomorrow or Thursday. Yeah, I try to clean it out at least every, like, month and a half, 2 months. Like, we stay fairly on top of it, but there are some things in containers that it's like, oh, I need to toss these out. You know, if they're vegetables or something, I throw them outside for the birds to eat. And they just kind of get forgotten. And then about twice a year, I empty everything out and wipe down the shelves and stuff. I've been doing so good. Now I'm drunk. Get in. There we go. But I also clean it out when we're starting to get low on big containers. Because it's not like we have a huge fridge. It's just like a general run-of-the-mill regular-sized fridge. That's when you peek open the lid, look at it, go, ugh, put the lid back on and just throw the container away. I have done that before with like containers that have had onions in them for like a month and a half, and it's like, ugh. Like, I don't even want to have to put up with the leftover smell that's going to cling to this for the next 4 weeks. And just toss the container. Because we are very much, reusable chic here. If it is a container with a lid and can be easily washed and reused, we use it. So, you know, we have 2 or 3 butter bowls and stuff. Dad likes this pulled pork you can make in the microwave. We have 3 or 4 containers that come from it, but they're actually really useful because those you can microwave. But of course you buy a nice set of containers and like 6 months later half the lids are missing. Sometimes it seems like without even having to touch them. Oh, we did Cool Whip containers too. We just don't do much Cool Whip. Whip containers were always a bit more my mom, because we used Cool Whip when I lived with her more than we use it with me here living with my dad. Okay, that's another 5. And hey, if it works, it works. Don't knock it till you try it. My dad likes to mix his own onion dip. So I'll be in the fridge and there'll be 2 sour cream containers, and it's like, okay, which one is his dad's little onion soup concoction and which one is mine? What? I'm not opening that window. You can forget it. You can be as lovey as you want. I'm not doing it. I got 2 windows cracked open in the living room for you to sit in. What? You have plenty of food. Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Yes, hold on, Bubba. Give me just a second. I'll go turn the water on so you can drink out of the faucet. I took a shower this morning, so I emptied his bowl. He's waiting for me to go put it back in the tub and turn the faucet on so we can get a drink out of the bathroom faucet. Yeah, that's what he wants. All right, come on. I got you. Come on. But yes, very much roulette dip sometimes. Well, we had the winter after we first got him, so we'd had him for about, I think we got him in September. So we've had him for about 3 or 4 months. And that January, we got a big snow. And it got cold enough out that we left the water in the bathtub running at a trickle overnight, so the pipe wouldn't freeze. And ever since then, one of his favorite things to do is sit in the bathtub and drink out of the faucet if you leave it on in a trickle for him. So we keep a bowl in there for the water to both run into, and so, we can get in the tub and get a drink out of it. But whenever we take showers and stuff, we just dump it and then run in fresh a little later when he pesters one of us enough to go do it. And some days he won't notice for 6 hours, and some days is right there immediately after you open the bathroom door wanting in the tub so you can refill his bowl. He is ridiculous. He thinks he's cute, and he's not wrong. He gets all lovey-dovey when he wants something. When Stella wants something, she pokes my foot with her nose. Did you get your drink? Can I go turn the water off now? Alright, let me get up here at least. Yeah, is your bowl full again, or is everything right in your world other than me not opening windows?
Papa's golden garden. They'll be back sometime between now and 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go play out.
Okay. Go plow it up so Donnie Burt can plant everything and then half of it can die. Alright. Faucet's turned off. Dad's gonna go amuse himself. It's nice enough out. Him and his buddy have I want to say an acre or so of land that my uncle lets them use to plant a garden. A bit more his buddy's garden than his, but he does do a bunch of like tomatoes and stuff in it. He'll do tomatoes and squash. I don't know why I can't think of anything else they plant in it, but they have a nice little handful of things they plant. Cucumbers. Sometimes they'll do pumpkins, sometimes they'll do watermelons and cantaloupe. One year I think they did honeydew. Sometimes they do corn or beans. Beans are always fun because we always spend a day sitting in the living room watching movies, cracking beans open. Dad likes it, and we always end up with so much. It's like, hey, find someone to give all this stuff to before it goes bad on the kitchen table. He had a tomato plant last year that sprung up by the back porch. And I think it put out tomatoes until like late November. Well, we have flower beds and stuff in the back, and they're Dad's flower beds. That's always a thing. It's like, no, they're your flower beds. It's like when I get my own space, either we do the trailer, whatever is the one person gave us or whatever. It's like I'll do my own flowers when I have, my own designated yard. Yeah, I do have a few succulents. They all need repotted though. I gotta get me some soil, some new soil. I used to have a ton of them, and then we got a cat. Did I swap those out? And he couldn't stay out of them. So I went from having like, okay, I can't blame just him. I spent about 2 months with a friend, and I lost a few of them there to just the watering schedule and stuff changing. Whoops, I hit B. But I used to have a ton of plants, but now I'm down to like, what, one? I'm down to like 5 plants. So at some point in the future, I'm going to get more. But I tried, all the deterrents everybody could suggest other than, like, I don't know, putting frickin' black pepper or red pepper or something in the soil. And it didn't bother him. You could do the aluminum foil thing. I tried the tape sticky side up. Squirt bottle didn't deter him for much more than 5 minutes. Oh, nice. We have lilac bushes. Well, we have one big one and a couple of smaller ones that are just like a year or two old that Dad started from cuttings that are bloomed out right now. The Easter lilies have done bloomed and they're starting to die. The irises are gonna bloom soon though. They're all starting to put up shoots. And then we have one of those little half-barrel planters in the backyard that's full of Turkish hen chicks. And I have some aloe vera that just always seems to grow wild and unchecked. And I can't remember the name of my other two succulents, but I also have a thing of lucky bamboo. I feel bad. I put it out in the sun for a couple of warm days, and it got too much sun, so a bunch of the leaves are sunburned. I need to finish taking them off so new ones will come in. And then, you know, the cat knocked it off the table a couple of days ago. Dad got madder at that than I did. Oh, I should... Hold on. Let me see here if I can find one of my older pictures of all the plants. Because I should have some. Just open photos, dang. Just for now works. Let's see if I can. Do I not have any pictures of like the entirety? Hold on. Let me see here. Because I had a good picture the other day of like all my plants that one day when I'd set them outside on a table. Whoops. Let's see here. Go to my photos real fast. Need to get a new mouse. Here we go, photos. They are probably... Those are older photos, also older photos. Hate the way this saves sometimes. Oh, here we go. It should be under my photos. There we go. Let me save that. Sorry, I've diverged from hatching eggs here for a moment. This was a couple of years ago. And just one day when I'd taken them all out so I could spray the dust and stuff off and let them get some good sun for a few hours while I like deep cleaned my room, wiped down all the shelves and everything. The little bamboo on the table there is the one I still have now. But I miss having so many different plants, but that just gives the cat more to get into, and it's kind of hits a point where it's not worth it anymore. I'm hoping that if/when in the next year and a half, 2 years, however long it takes us to get the trailer renovated and move-inable, that I might be able to start having my own plants again. Because I'll have a room where I can shut the door so the cat can't get in them. But right now I just do not have the funds to go and like try and get 30 more succulent plants. Because that's what 90% of my plants were, was succulents. Once the irises start blooming, I'll have to take a picture and show you guys. Dad's excited for flower season too. We don't always go out and get a ton, but he always goes out and gets like petunias and stuff. And we've been looking at like wildflower seeds because we have a neighbor that has bees. And I would like to provide some more flowers for the bees to have. And we have we call them bare naked ladies, but they're, what are they, surprise lilies? Up along the front of the house, they'll be blooming in probably May, I think is about when they bloom. I have one technically made, but it's a 500 follower on YouTube goal. If you go down to my description under the stream, though, you can find my Blue Sky if you have a Blue Sky account. And I post pictures of plants and stuff there too. I posted a picture of our crabapple tree the other day when it was all blooming. It's mostly green now though, because you know the flowers have turned into leaves. I miss having all my plants though. And it is so and it's always so nice whenever I get new soil and I'm repotting plants. It's like, why didn't I get new soil sooner? It's like, why do I stop doing this? Like, oh, because you broke. It's a social media. It's basically Twitter, just, you know, minus Elon Musk. And minus a bunch of his crowd as well, actually. It's actually fairly peaceful over there. It's kind of nice. I like to joke with my dad because we technically have he calls it a dance floor. It's just kind of the area where we live. There's a big section in the backyard where like water would just sit, and it didn't really grow grass very well, so he just poured a big concrete pad on it. And he does parties and stuff often enough that a couple times a year at least, and has, you know, a band over and him and his buddies dance, and we use it for family get-togethers, and we set all the tables and stuff on it. And he always jokes that he goes, yeah, I'll die and you guys will tear this thing up. It's like, no, we won't. I said, you're gonna die and I'm gonna build a greenhouse on top of it. Yeah, I figured once a new game comes out, because, you know, it's Scarlet and Violet have been out for over 2 years now. You know, all the games are old enough now that the new and shinies worn off, and everybody and their uncle who's a PokeTuber shiny hunts, but there's nothing wrong with that. So I feel like people are a little worn out on it. We'll get Legend ZA and stuff out, and in May I'll be playing Fantasy Life I, so that'll bring in some new people. It comes in waves. I'm not too worried about it. I don't need just ungodly fast growth. I don't have to wake up one morning and suddenly I'm at 15,000 subscribers. My reaction to that would be, where did you all come from? That video of like this sheep out in a field in the dark and all you can see is their eyes. I do not. I have considered it, but I do not. Every once in a while, streaming in mobile format pops into my head, and it's like, I should do this. And then it's like, do you really want to have to spend 30 minutes reworking your overlay? And it's like, no. That's not to say that I might not eventually. It's just one of those things I've been kind of back and forth on. I've also heard that some people can be kind of rude about it. Like, I know, I want to say it was Shiny Catherine. She tried it for a little bit, and she got a bunch of people in streams that were just really rude. So she's like, okay, I'm going back to my regular streaming. I think it was her. It might have been someone else, though. Always possible. Also, I'm visually impaired, so I have to have a screen big enough for me to see easily, so it would be might be something I test eventually. Hate it when I do that. Alright, almost 2 boxes in. No, I'm not going to complain. Because if I'd gotten to egg 17 and hatched just shiny, I'd have been like, no! Yes for being fast, but no, because now I still have 400 eggs to hatch. I like it when my shinies take a little bit. Oh, probably. Yes, I do. I do know how to change my ratios on my thing. I have done it once, just to kind of fiddle around. But also, legit, a part of me is like, do I want to have to spend time making a new overlay for mobile streaming? It's like, yeah, it probably wouldn't take me 20 minutes, but... Yes, I do use OBS. I like it better than Streamlabs. Which is what I started off with. I think I used it for about 3 weeks, and then it's like, you know what? I don't like this one. I'm going back to the other one. Hold on. I thought I was off. I should be about to 60. I just wanted to double check that real fast. I don't think it'd be fine. Maybe I'll make that a shiny goal or something after I get like the Nidoran lines done. When I'm on to the next area of shiny hunting in Let's Go, I'll switch up my overlay a little bit and see how it goes. Streamlabs is kind of goofy. I mean, like, there's a slight advantage with Streamlabs because they do offer overlays and stuff, like free ones, simple ones, and that is nice. But it's like you can also, with a little bit of digging, just find free overlays and stuff yourself. Hell, I make my overlays in frickin' MS Paint. I have a friend who gave me an old version of Photoshop, and I've used it for one thing, maybe 2 things, and that's it. Because she just dumped me in the deep end of it. Like, yeah, here, have fun figuring this out more or less by yourself. It's like, I'll take MS Paint where I know how to do everything, more or less. I mean, there are enough little websites and stuff, picture editors and text editors that'll let you go through a bazillion and one fonts and do stuff that you don't need anything like super super fancy. Is my thing off just slightly? It is off just slightly. Let's see if I can fix that. Game system. It irks me just the tiniest bit. There we go. That one little black line. Yeah. But it's so funny though, because my friend streams on occasion too. And she goes through spells on whether or not she's going to use an overlay. So sometimes she has one and sometimes she doesn't. And every once in a while she's like, I'm going to make me a new overlay. And she'll go and throw one together in 30 minutes. 30, 45 minutes or so. And it's like, that looks fantastic. And also, if we're ever doing one together, she's like, oh, do you need a screen size? Like, no, I got screen size. I got a border saved for, you know, where I should do, for the size I want to do the screen section in the overlay. Also, I got tired of all the people popping in and being like, hi, can I make you an overlay? It'll make your streams better. And it's like, no, you can't make me an overlay. Go away. I'm broke. Not completely broke, but I sure as heck don't have money to pay you to make me an overlay. Like, and if I wanted an overlay, I will hunt down an artist myself and lock them in a dark room for 3 days. Like, I am perfectly capable of throwing something together at 11 o'clock at night. Because I'm not going to lie, that is legit sometimes when I finish overlays. No, I need to get like 3 or 4 of them in chat at once. Or just like one after another, and it's like, I've had this rant 3 times today. I'm about to get very mean. It's like, go away. Like, it won't ban you for asking unless you're just annoyingly persistent about it. But it's like, shoo. Like, do I look like I have money? And actually, to be fair, I think I only ever had one person who showed up in my chat like 3 or 4 times. So I do give points to the ones who actually spend like 30 minutes being an actual chatter before they hit you up with a, hey, I have a question. Now I get that, and it's like, no, you can't do art for me. No, I don't need you to do me an icon or an overlay. It's like, I'm fine. Like, I'm a grown person. I can seek out artists by myself. Oh, but no. And then they offer you like their Discord handle or their like Twitter or something. And you go and look it up and it's fake. It doesn't exist. I had one person pop into chat one day and did that, and they gave me a website. And a freaking crypto website. And it's like, no. I don't do crypto, bros. Sorry, bro. I love the ones that want to argue with you about it. Like, oh, but I promise I'm cheap. And it's like, dude, what did I just say? You're gonna spend 5 minutes arguing with me that you're a cheap artist. It's like, have some respect. Like, I can understand being willing to dumb down your prices a little bit because not everybody has, buku dollars. It's like, but at least have enough self respect for yourself to be like, I would actually take someone being like, you can make payments, and then charging me their full price over I'm cheap, and then pestering me for 10 minutes about it. Exactly. It's like, no matter how many times you ask, my answer's gonna still be no. Like, if I want a disgustingly professional looking overlay, I have a friend I can hit up for that. It might take her 6 weeks to do it. Just depending on her mood. It's like, but I have people I can ask for art and stuff. I'm friends with like 6 artists. And most of them are actually fairly good artists. One of them is fantastic at art. I need to poke her and tease her about that picture for me she never finished. Like, I've legit had a friend in high school who actually probably could have been a professional artist if she hadn't gone a little bit nuts at some point, I think. I mean, she's doing good now. We don't really talk anymore because she kind of fell out with us. But it's like, dude, I had a friend who, like, literally at one point in time we were planning out our own comic book and, well, our own manga because, we're big anime nerds, but yeah, I have friends that do art. But no, I've noticed when you get people like that, sometimes it's people who are like, hey, do art for me and let me do art for you and stuff. But every once in a while you get the people like that who are like the people who hunt around for members for Discord servers. Like, oh, I like you in your vibe, and I'm gonna, hold on, let me invite, 4 people to come follow you real fast. Now, come join the Discord server. Which I did actually do that once. The person who poked me about it was actually very polite. And I did actually join. I'm still a member. I don't participate much, but I am actually a member of that Discord still. Actually, I'm a member of about 3 of those Discords. Though one of them is just kind of a friend group Discord. Where we when we stream, we plop it in. It's like, hey, if any of you guys are free, welcome to come watch me stream and stuff. And we generally just sit there and chit chat more often than not. I don't think any of us are very serious about promoting ourselves in that Discord, but nothing wrong with that. I ain't got no problem with lurkers. I do the same thing. That'll be me with like Johnstone or something going in the background. I'm reading or doing dishes or cleaning a room or something and just stream on in background. There's a lovely honor about being good background noise. Like you grow to love the people who chat with you because, you know, they make it easier to keep the conversation going, but you also grow to love just the people who are sitting there enjoying your presence, more or less. I mean, heck, one of my favorite things is, hi, I'm just gonna lurk, but I'm gonna be shiny hunting, you know, while I'm listening to you shiny hunt. It's like, awesome, let me know if you get a shiny. I love it when I'm shiny hunting and other people are shiny hunting with me. What? Huh? I'm surprised you aren't just legit laying in that window, Pin. Because there is enough space between the edge of the desk and the actual window for him to lay in the windowsill. I think you just might not be fitting as well. You gotten pretty big in the last year, huh? Hey, big boy. I was gonna rub your chin. And boop your nose. Pester the cat. Alright, that should be about 70. C3. But an hour and a half in, I should get to at least 36 or so boxes. Which isn't too bad. But no, I can remember how big like Animal Crossing streams and stuff were when COVID hit. And having it was one of the like Nintendo news channels, I think. I don't remember which one. But one of their people streamed Animal Crossing just about every day. So I'd sit there with like them on in the background and play Animal Crossing. Watch as they went and visited other people's islands towards the end of their stream and stuff. Excuse me. But that's one of the good things now without like the online play and stuff. That it lets so many people play together with either new people or with friends. It hits a bit different, you know, because when Sword and Shield came out, I played with my friend, and we generally always start the games together, like literally do a little countdown to pressing start and everything, so we're more or less in the same section up till the tutorial or so. But sitting in Discord and chatting with her is not quite the same as being able to go, okay, hold on, let me plop a code in Discord and we can actually physically play together. I'm hoping that they manage to have co-op return in Legends ZA. If they don't, I won't be horribly surprised if they don't, but it would be very nice. Like, Some Saturdays when I do the 7-star raids with a group of friends, afterwards we'll go run around we go run around like the terrarium and do blueberry missions. We did ogre ousting the other weekend and made it to like level 6 in the difficulty mode, in hard mode. Then one day we spent like an hour and a half just playing Synchro hide and seek in the terrarium. And it's great that you get to do that now. Yes, it can be wonky, but it's still fun. Oh, there we go. I spent, what was it, about 2-ish hours the other day helping a friend who got back on her Animal Crossing island, and she's like, please help me, I've been overrun with flowers. So we just spent a couple of hours doing that. Then when Stardew Valley updates, I always like playing if they give us a new farm, we start new farms with friends. I always do a solo one as well, but it's always like, hey, when are we playing Stardew Valley? Like, I'm ready to go. I wonder if we're gonna end up with an update for that a little later this year. Oh, excuse me, because usually by now if we don't have an update, he at least starts dropping hints. I'm probably gonna have to check his Twitter for that though, because I don't think he's managed to scoot completely over to Blue Sky yet. I have a friend, Gil, the one whose island was overrun with flowers, that she got me into Cult of the Lamb. So if they ever get it set up to where we can play multiplayer online, because I know they have local co-op, we're gonna do a cult together. 75, no wait, 60, 70, 75. Okay, that's 80. No. 65, 70, 75. Okay, this row is 80. Alright, I got that finangled in my brain. Yes, I wouldn't mind it if Pokemon games from now on had some form of co-op. That was a little sad in Legends Arceus. I would have loved to have been able to run around like the Obsidian Field lands and stuff with not even like 4 friends all together. Just being able to do it with one friend would have been fun. I know me and Mama Blue, when Sword and Shield came out, spent probably 30 or 45 minutes just kind of entering and exiting online mode in an attempt to get it to where we would be on screen at the same time. We never managed it. It made me sad though that the game didn't prioritize, just showing your friends' avatars in your game. It was just like random people from all over. But yeah, games with friends have their perks. Sometimes I'm just as content to play by myself, but sometimes it's like, I really want to play this game with somebody. But it's nice. That's also why I enjoy streaming those, because I can stream and I can get people in the stream watching me and they're playing games and we're kind of playing games together. Not physically or in the same game, but Still playing games together. Really looking forward to when ZA releases. Just that nice new game hype. Eventually, dude, I will come get that egg and the 6 others that will spawn in between the time that I can get inside to try and take my Spearow out of the daycare. I swear sometimes they just stack up. Every time you take a step, there's another one. It took me 3 tries to get my milk tank out of the daycare when I was removing it. Because every time I'd get to the lady, she'd be like, "Oh, my husband's looking for you. He has an egg for you." It's like, but I don't need any more eggs. I hatched the shiny milk tank. I'm done with this hunt. I'm finished. Let me take my cow out. Huh. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, this should be 4. Excuse me. I'm gonna get the hiccups now. One more? Alright. Oh, I was one off. Whoops. Are you gonna be shiny? Nope. Alright. Here we go. Almost done with this box. You know what would be a really fun, like, little side Pokemon game they could do eventually? And let you make your own region. Like, nothing absurdly huge. Give you, like, a dozen maps you could choose between, just with the only things in them, like, set in stone being, like, rivers or something. Kind of like the Animal Crossing maps. And then let you go through and this mark out like where the routes and stuff are. Where the routes are, the forests, the fields, the town. You know, have a lot of like the prefabricated general buildings where you could put down wherever you wanted. And let you do gyms and stuff. Figure out where your Elite Four is gonna be. Maybe have a, not like a super advanced avatar maker, but just something kind of simple-ish. Let you choose like what your gym leaders are gonna look like. You know, what type they'd use. Then it gives you a selection of Pokemon that for them to choose from, for them to use in a battle. I mean, they're not ever gonna do it. We'll get that the same day I get my Pokemon version of Stardew Valley. But it'd be fun. I'll hope for a third Pokemon Snap game as well while I'm there. We'll see if that one takes another, oh God, what was it, 19 years or something between the Pokemon Snap games? Actually, no, please, Pokemon Company, let I don't remember who did the Pokemon Snap games. I'm sorry. Please let them do another Pokemon Snap game for the Nintendo Switch 2. Please. I would love a Pokemon Snap game for the Nintendo Switch 2. You can keep it on rails and everything, but just think about what more they'd be able to do with the increased specs. Because, I mean, New Snap was wonderful. I, like, only ever had one glitch with that, and it was, like, a loading in thing hiccuped and completely crashed my freaking Switch. Completely crashed my Switch. I looked at my friend, it's like, it's like my Switch won't turn on. And it did a couple minutes later. I guess it was just doing a hard reset. But it was like, oh my god, that took 10 years off my life. I didn't even get the "we're sorry your game has crashed" thing. Like, just complete Switch shut down at once. And it wasn't it wasn't me doing pictures or anything. It was one of the entrance cutscenes just going wonky. I don't know if it just glitched. Like, it went all pixelated and was making weird noises, and it's like, okay, help? Alright, there's another batch of eggs down. I've taken to watching comic book summaries videos where they'll find a comic or maybe a little arc of comics and they'll kind of summarize it. And mostly I've watched like some of the Spider-Man and Marvel ones, but so on occasion the DC comics will catch my attention and I'll sit down and watch one of those, and they got some weird storylines. Watched one yesterday. It was Clark's actual parents, you know, the Kryptonian parents whose names I do not know. And them leaving with him, or no, them leaving before he was born. So like the wife is still pregnant when they're in their ship, and they arrive in freaking like medieval England. And it's like, dudes, like how does your son, you know, whatever equivalent of 9 months later to you guys there is, you put him in the ship and he arrives in modern day America, more or less. But you guys do it and you're like 300 years in the past in medieval England. How? Like, it's like, how does the time work here, guys? How long you guys on that ship? How long was Clark on that ship? Actually, no, I know the answer to that because he's like a toddler when they pick him up. So a couple of years at least, but it's like, how math is not mathing here unless they hit a wormhole and traveled backwards or something. In comic book logic. Maybe one of my favorite things in fic is where an author is like, I've researched this thing, you know, not like super deeply, but enough to have a basic understanding of how it works and to work it into this fan fiction well enough that it's not going to be like horribly impossible. And then someone in the comments is like, this isn't right. And they're like, people, People, it's comic book. It's comic book logic. Like, suck it up. Like, these guys get revived from death every other year. It's like, does it matter? Like, they gave Miles Morales, Miles. Oh, God. Miles Morales. They gave Miles such a vague description with the bioelectric telekinesis. They can do whatever the heck they want with that power. They got him making swords out of it, which is cool. And kind of a fun little motif considering in the Spider-Verse thing when he comes Captain Universe or whatever and gets that one stupid big sword. But it's like, guys, this is comic book logic. The math ain't mathin' and the science ain't sciencing. Suck it up. I am enjoying the current run though because I like that they're throwing all the gods and stuff in it. And they're all just wonderfully, stupidly dramatic. So I am curious to see where this new, there's a proper term for the collection of books. Serials? Series? No, serial. I'm thinking serials is Doctor Who, like the early Doctor Who seasons. This collective of comic books is going. I need to repoke my proper order list and see if I can't find more of the comics in order. I would really like to get to the Incursion stuff for 1610. Like, I made it to when the other universe was actually appearing in 1610 for the Incursion, but after that, nothing. Like, I didn't know where to go next for the next comic book. Because I don't remember the side I read if it ended there or if it jumped straight to him living in 616. You don't remember, and I need to look it up. Also, I really need to sit down and see if I can puzzle out all the Spider-Verse comic ones. They don't exactly give you a proper, in the comic book website, they don't exactly go, oh, here, look, here's the entire Spider-Verse collective spread out over all the comics. You can read them this way. It's type in this comic book name or this author name and pray that it comes up. Looking up comics is so convoluted. Sometimes you can plunk the volume and, you know, the comic book name in Google and hit read, and it comes up perfectly fine, and then half the time you're getting 15 bazillion different things other than what you want. Like, guys, I just want to read this comic that's been out for like 10 years at this point and not have to buy it because I can't afford comics at the moment. At least not as many comics as I would need to like read the Immortals section of like the Spider-Verse crossover or whatever. I did manage to read the one where they got Miles bouncing around like a yo-yo looking for anime. But the ones with the immortal vampire people are a pain in the butt to find. I found a couple of them. They're like running around gathering people, but that's been about it so far. Sure, but if you're a Pokemon trainer, you gotta be in at least fairly decent shape with all the walking or like biking you do. Okay, maybe not so much in Scarlet and Violet because now they ride Pokemon, but like the earlier generations, you either walked or you were riding a bike unless you were riding on a Pokemon over water. You know, maybe becoming a Pokemon trainer is just more encouraged when you're younger, just for your general health. Because it gets you out and about, it gets you active. You're gonna be doing battles, which probably isn't a heavily physical activity, but it is probably takes a bit more of a mental toll than it does a physical toll, because you're standing there giving orders, but you're also having to think of the orders to give. But like, you get a group of friends traveling together and you're running around with your friends and catching Pokemon and getting bukus of exercise. I mean, it makes me think of when Pokemon Go first came out and people were out and about and getting bukus of exercise, unless they were like driving a car. They were also trespassing. I mean, Wally in Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald is sickly, and they give him a Pokemon and send him out on an adventure, and he gets better. He's out and about and getting more exercise. And probably taking fairly decent care of himself, because you also have to take care of your Pokemon. I almost feel like they probably have trainer versions of MREs. Just meals you can make easy while, you know, on the go and stuff. Look, I know we get all this stuff in Scarlet and Violet and in Sword and Shield to make curry and sandwiches and stuff. But you're also somehow fitting all this stuff in your backpack. And there is only so much, so many things that are like foldable and collapsible that my brain can believe is in that backpack. I'm behind on my count again. Okay, no, I'm good. Because, I mean, like, I know in the anime, Brock somehow manages to fit a pretty deep pot into his backpack. And I'm actually wondering how he does that, more because a good deep pot is like several inches wide, and his backpack doesn't look like it would be that wide. But also, bro's got like sleeping bags and tents in those backpacks. Where are you guys putting this stuff? Because even a small collapsible tent is not that small. Unless they have some sort of like capsule corp kind of technology, which I know kind of a fandom reference is the fact that they have Pokeballs that are not meant for Pokemon but are meant for like items that you can like expand them and collapse them and put a bunch of stuff in them and then just stick them in your bag, which is probably possible given Pokeball technology. And bottomless bags. But it is kind of fun to think about on occasion. Eggs should be getting close to hatching now. I think he's accepted that I'm not opening a window for him today. It's not bad out, but the breeze is really cool. Like, I cracked my window open last night, yes, and it was still pretty cold out. Well, it was more damp than cool, I should say, because we were supposed to get rain. But I only had my window cracked open like ye much so Stella could stick her nose in it. Uh-oh, drunk driving again. Somebody take away my cycling license. Of course, to be fair, I couldn't guarantee I wouldn't be riding a bike like that now. Because it's been forever since I rode an actual bicycle. Of course, to be fair, we don't have a bicycle here for me to ride. We had a stationary bike at some point in time, but I don't know what happened to it. Got snagged or given to someone, I guess. I had a good laugh, because I know I was talking the other day about everybody, who reacted to the ZA trailer being like, are we getting a new Mega? I love everybody reacting to the sneak attack on the Florges. Because everybody's like, just dang, just walk up and shank them. I'm not gonna lie, I might have to do a couple of Assassin's Creed names with my next Pokemon team. Just for the fun of it. Oh look, we're to 100 eggs and my thing is off. Yeah. There we go. I'm gonna finish at least this box today. I might do one more after, I'm not certain yet. Doing about 4 boxes a day wouldn't be too bad. 4 or 5. Excuse me. Because I'm hoping this only takes a few days. Or, that I get it by Saturday. And if I don't, I'm just gonna spend Sunday breeding eggs. But, yeah, hopefully this shouldn't be too bad a hunt. I mean, I have a 1 in 500 and something chance of getting it because I have the shiny charm and stuff in this and a 4 in ditto, so that helps. And be stuck behind this potted plant forever. Have better odds getting it this way than I do chaining for it. Even though the chain odd is 1 in 300 and something, it is definitely less Pokemon to compete with breeding. Still can't believe I found 3 shiny Rattata. Not even a shiny Nidoran. They were all 3 Rattata. Hopefully I won't have that problem when I'm hunting the Nidoran. I like the little sound of like gears changing. Or them going up the stairs? Is it them going up the stairs? No, okay, it's just a downward noise. So they're probably implied that the trainer's tapping their brake a little bit to slow their descent. For all the tomfoolery in this game, it is a decent game in and of itself. I know it makes a lot of people mad and they hate it, but I don't know. I had more fun with Brilliant Diamond than I think I did playing Diamond originally. course, that's also probably because I was trying to fill out the Pokedex in Platinum before I beat the game. That wasn't going too well. I was doing good, but trying to get everything leveled up and evolved was taking forever. Oh, nice. Still think the sound the egg makes as it wobbles back and forth sounds like a sheet of metal being shook. You gonna show me a shiny bird? I'm only 100 eggs in, but it'd be nice. I'm not gonna lie, the Pokemon in general do look actually really good in this game. I mean, they're not the cartoony look of Sword and Shield, and of course they're not kind of the, I can't call it hyper realistic, but the more kind of realistic look that Scarlet and Violet took on, but they still look really nice. Actually, I think this style meshes with Legend ZA just a little bit. Because they don't seem to be doing like the super textured like they did with Scarlet and Violet. And I mean, like, for the really shiny steel types and stuff. I know the Steelix they showed in the last trailer did have some shine to it, but it wasn't that almost ungodly amount of going to blind you shiny that some of the Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet have. The Varoom that if the sun hits them wrong, you can't tell if they're shiny or not. There's a slightly more, what is it, cartoonish look in Legend ZA, I think, which is nice. Because Scarlet and Violet do, for the most part, look really good. They're just a little too, what was it? I think a bunch of people said that they went a smidge to, like, kind of realistic looking with trainers and stuff, which is, I mean, we all categorize them as cartoon characters in our heads anyways, but oh. But I think I do prefer the little less stylized look in ZA so far. Also, I think it's funny that your rival character is legit just a recolor of the main character models, which I'm not gonna say anything because, you know, all the characters are customizable, so if they don't let us do it at the very beginning, you know, before the game starts, we're gonna be doing it as soon as we can get to a hair salon and a clothing shop anyways, so it's a nice way to get to use that character model and, you know, let it be seen. Like, that is legit the first thing I do in a Pokemon game. As soon as I get to the point where it'll let me, it's like, okay, where's the hair salon and where can I buy new clothes? That's legit me and Mama Blue, what, about 30 minutes into Sword and Shield. It's like, okay, where's this first clothing store? There's supposed to be one in this town. And I really do hope that the clothes in Legend ZA are just fantastic. Because X and Y, I keep wanting to say Y and Z. X and Y had some really good outfits. Hopefully they give the fellas more clothing options this time than they did last time, though. Because the female characters did seem to have a lot more outfits than the males. Or maybe, no, they did. Hairstyles and clothing. They had, it seemed like they got a lot more than the guys did with that. So it almost wouldn't surprise me, at least with like hairstyles and stuff, if they more or less just didn't let you go through all of them like they did in Scarlet and Violet. All hairstyles are gender neutral. I'm also kind of just liking the look of like the NPCs and stuff in the game as well. Like they're looking really good. And I don't know if it's just the way the preview was shot or whatnot, but it feels like they have more personality. I will of course always feel sorry for the dancers who spend their time standing there twerking. I feel so sorry for the dancers in Sword and Shield. I think I will probably finish this box and call it a day. 120 seems like an okay stopping point for now. And then tomorrow's stream won't be as long because, like I said earlier, I do have a hair appointment. It's time to go get shaved. But it'll probably just be an extra 100 or so tomorrow. Then I might just finish the box off stream. I don't know. We'll see how tomorrow falls. Well, yes, I do want this shiny. You know, if it takes me to Saturday to hatch the egg, that's fine. I'm not in that much of a rush. Said mostly I was just tired of catching Spearow. Though I do hope that for Legends EA they bring back mass release. Actually, for the Gen 10 game, Game Freak, can we bring back mass releases? That was so nice. Even it just being on a box by box basis, please. Yeah. Oh, it stopped. Get in the groove of humming one song and then it changes. He's chillaxing on his blanket. I have one of those little plastic like chest of drawers, just those skinny ones with 3 drawers in it, next to my bed, with a blanket folded over top of it to kind of give him a cat bed so he can lay out the window and look. And I'm glad he uses it. Because I've tried the exact same thing at the corner of the desk here. Give him a spot where he can lay on the desk all nice and comfy and look out the window, and he doesn't use it. You're like, oh, you put this here for me. I'm going to lay you over here on this side to the desk and lay across your mouse and have your keyboard. In another year, you'll be a fat, chonky boy. Maybe. He's pretty big. I don't even mean fat. He's a fairly good-sized cat. I've seen bigger. I mean, he's not like a Norwegian forest cat, because, good God, that's a lot of cat. But he's a good-sized little... I was about to call him an American shorthair, but I don't think he counts. He's a good-sized little tuxedo cat, if I'm not mistaken. Are all black and white cats considered tuxedo cats, or are they just specifically the cats with the white bellies and the white socks on their feet? Like the white muzzles. Look, I don't know cat breeds anywhere near as well as I know dog breeds. And dog breeds is a basic understanding. And just, you know, having so many different dogs and stuff when we were younger. Just doing a double check because sometimes my brain drifts and I don't pay as much attention as I should. Alright, one last batch. Now I'm just kind of quietly laughing at the gear shift sound. Because I had a... what was it? Like 3 or 4 speed bike when I was younger. You know, nothing like super fantastic. Just something good enough to kind of ride around on. Down some slightly gravel roads and like to the elementary school and stuff. And you think about it, changing gears, and you didn't really get a sound other than that soft little click. Also, I laughed. They gave you a light at the front of your bike, so you know it can illuminate the ground in front of you. Well, the only time you can really consistently see this light is when the sun is going down. It is not anywhere near as bright at nighttime in this game, the little light on front of the bike, than it is when the sun's going down. I don't know if it's a difference in colors or what, but it is like super extra bright during sunset as opposed to when it is actually nighttime. Oh, Moose, earlier when you mentioned me streaming for like in mobile mode, and I joked about not wanting to have to do an overlay, part of the reason I ended up like not even trying it once is the fact that you can't set a separate thing, or at least I don't think a separate page to a separate shape. If I mobile mode like my screen, it is mobile moded for like all of my pages, all my different little sections. It's weird. there might be a way to do it, and I'm just not thinking of it. I might have to play with that later now. Thank you for giving me a possible chore for this evening. Like I said, maybe I'll try it when I get to Farfetched, I think. He's the first hunt after the Nidorands. Another bird down. Come on, shiny bird. Nope, and I think that might have been the last one. Yep, that was the last one. Okay. No luck today, but I still have 400 odd eggs I can hatch. I'm not to shiny odd yet. So I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Stream ending a little bit early. No, I didn't want to go back to that. So thank you guys for coming and joining me. I always appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.